start here, and we are here with Marc Price, who wrote and directed and starred in.
Oh no, I was in maybe 2 shots,
okay.
but
Well, that
wasn't very
counts.
well.
Starred in Colin, the now world-famous £45 zombie movie. And Marc, could you talk to our web viewers a little bit about writing for low budget, please?
What I did when I was writing Colin, I was very fortunate to have the sort of very quiet job where I was able to write whilst at the office. It was only me and another guy. We were working nights, and I would only allow myself to write when I was in the office. So if I found myself in this odd situation where I couldn't wait to go to work, which was very unnatural. But that was where I wrote the movie, and I had what we had to do, because we knew we wouldn't have a great deal of money, we wouldn't have a budget to make the movie, was to just look at what we had available to us. And we were very fortunate that we had these excellent actors and a lot of friends who were prepared to come down and be zombies for the day, and a familiarity with these amazing locations that we could shoot in. And we knew what times of the day these locations would be quiet, so we could go there and we could shoot we could shoot a desolate, empty sort of street. And we knew that through the sound design we could get rid of the atmospheric noise of people living in a city and replace it with something more interesting. And that was the process, really, but always with our eye on how we wanted to emotionally engage an audience and how we could get them to connect with a character, essentially without any dialogue. There's very little dialogue in the movie.
It does sound, sorry Marc to interrupt, it does sound as though story structure was as important, if not more important, dealing in this low budget model than you know, if it were a more conventional film. Is that something you found?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. And I kind of think the story structure is always one of the most important things. That that's what it's all about, really. It's about the story and character. And the structure for Colin is very much like, I have a very strange way of putting on a tie where I'll wrap a little bit over there and a bit over there, and it kind of looks like a bit of a mess that's not going to work, and then I just go and then pull it, and then bam, it's a tie, and it all sort of falls into place. And that was the way we had to deal with the story for Colin, because we're dealing with it from his perspective, and he's a character that doesn't necessarily think in the same way as a human. So it's kind of a risk, and then you need to make sure that your audience is with this character and following this character and picking up on the details that you want the audience to pick up on, in order for it to make sense when you pull the tie and get it all into place. It's a terrible analogy.
No, I think it works. We get it. But if you were to have had £1 million instead of £45 to make this movie, how different would the script have looked?
I don't think it would have been different at all, really. I mean, because the script was designed around an emotional response that we wanted to get from the audience, and in terms of being something that was entertaining and had a lot of heart, but also was aware of the type of movie it was in terms of genre conventions and how we could play with those and treat an audience with respect. And I don't think that would have that wouldn't have changed anything. It only would have changed the environment in which I would have been writing it, because I would have been able to write it in my house instead of at the office.
So you can write small but think big?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Thank you very much, Marc Price.